at the Komodo Dragon enclosure here. This is this massive guy. It's actually relatively new. The Komodo Dragon before him lived for 34 years. It's massively long. It's actually the record for the oldest Komodo Dragon, which is the longest living reptile. And the keepers were telling us this story about as animals in captivity get older, they actually experience a whole bunch of issues of old age and dealing with diseases that you get that animals in the wild simply do not live long enough to experience. So there's a pathologist that works for Taronga Zoo, and her job is to, when animals get too old, she has to decide whether they should euthanize these animals or not. Are they living in too much pain? Have they simply got to the age where they are too old and they need to actually end their lives ethically? And this they decided this Komodo Dragon was suffering terribly. Had torn ligaments in its shoulder, and it also was suffering from arthritis terribly. And so once this decision had been made, she had to work out how much pain the animal was in. And they actually worked out this poor Komodo Dragon was in a lot more pain than they realized. So it's actually made them rethink and review their practices when it comes to dealing with animals in their old age. And one of the things they're seeking to do is perhaps even every couple of months film the animal's movements to see if there's changes over time. If the animal's moving less or moving more gingerly than it did, that's one way you can work out if they're suffering from arthritis. Something I thought only we got in my limited, narrow worldview, but obviously animals get them as well. And animals in captivity live so much longer than animals in the wild that it's something that Taronga Zoo is continually having to think about and review and get better at doing with these animals they have with them.